Hi guys, welcome to Blockchain Center. We're actually live from Blockchain Center and welcome to the program. Today we've got a special guest with us. He's going to share an amazing journey with us in terms of the blockchain industry and where it's going, and also how he came about founding his business. So I'm so glad to have a guest with us. Welcome to the program.
Thanks, Cameron.
What's your name?
Jordan.
Jordan, now before we go any further, share a bit with us about your background.
So I first started working in hospitality in my teens. I've been in and out of the industry and spent most of my 20s climbing the corporate ladder. I'm doing a bit of moonlighting with a big bad oil and gas company as a senior business analyst. But I've been following the technology and blockchain space for a while, and hospitality, which is very dear to the hearts of myself and my co-founders, has been suffering from a staffing problem for a very long time. And so a couple of years ago we decided to do something about it. So in early 2017 we launched a prototype app to Melbourne trial users. I'll actually show you a demo. It's probably better than explaining how it works. Yes. So did you want to film from my screen?
Absolutely.
Here,
before we go to film this, I want to say hi. Genevieve, say hi. Hi, Genevieve. Glad to hear from you again. We hope to catch up shortly again, Genevieve. So I'm going to show a demo now. Here we go. Sorry guys, this is live. So here you go.
So
go for it.
So this is what you would see as a hirer on SUPP. Maybe just pull it around so we've got a better view. I'm emulating it onto my computer screen. So venues will post a shift. Let's say they need an extra chef for the weekend, or their barista is calling in sick. So you hit front of house. If you manage multiple venues, you select your venue, pick your rate, start, finish time, repeat. Shift description is details like we're all black, we use Lamazocco equipment, report to Cameron. So if we hit create, all of those people with the front of house job tag receive a push notification. So this is a shift happening at the moment in the city. You can see the shift was posted, workers then start applying, and if you're the manager of a venue, you can pick someone like Angus, and once the profile loads, you can see he's got a very short bio, and there's a reputation system being used. So Angus was picked for the job based on what this venue's peers think of him. So there's a peer-to-peer reputation system that connects these people. So the blockchain implementation of SUPP is decentralizing the control and ownership of the platform. So we believe that Uber has done fantastic things for cities, but has led to the exploitation of workers. And rather than going down that path, we want to be on the front foot about workers' welfare and prioritize them. So we think the only way to do that is to align the interests of the workers, the venues who are doing the hiring, the founders and the investors. And blockchain is the facilitator for that. So I'll end the demo there. The stage we're at, we've raised 250,000 Aussie dollars, and that's gone into building the iOS and Android app. Also a back end and a website. We've launched a placeholder token on BitShares blockchain, and we've started distributing the ownership of those tokens to members of our cooperative. So as of the 1st of August, if you work or hire someone through the platform, you get a distribution of SUPP app tokens from the community pool. So we plan to use the this is a placeholder token until the end of the year, rather than rushing ahead with another solution. We thought we're better off experimenting to see what the community thinks about the idea of tokenization. We've got a draft white paper, and we're considering using either a third-party blockchain like Ethereum or designing our own. So I think we've got time. There's no rush to do an ICO. If you're interested in supporting the project, we've got SUPP app tokens for sale through the order book on the BitShares exchange. So it's now's a good opportunity to get involved at the early stage. I'll also just show you some metrics in case you're interested in how the business is going. I find myself zigzagging in between the blockchain roadmap and actually running the business, because we have, as you saw on the app, we have live users. So if that settles, and this is looking at our Stripe dashboard, because we'll be a decentralized platform cooperative. We want to be completely open book about all of the statistics, and at the moment it's looking super healthy. So the rolling 4-week average is up by about 80% month on month. Lots of new customers are joining SUPP. We're banking a lot more revenue, and everything is looking really positive. So we're going to keep on focusing on the business, more venues and workers, while we build our blockchain roadmap out. So I got on my soapbox there and didn't step down.
Well, thanks, Jonah, for sharing that wider information to our community, especially our viewers that's watching. I think in terms of sharing the information, it is important in terms of education, especially in the blockchain industry. How important is it for you in terms of education in the blockchain industry?
Look, I think transparency and openness is really important. The most that I've learned in this industry, or tech broadly speaking, in the technology space, has been from other co-founders who have had hands-on experience building their own projects. So I think the willingness of people to share their experiences and be open is really important. Yep. We should celebrate them all. Not just the successes.
And I think it's a powerful thing as well, but especially when the industry is about to take off and everyone around the world are interested in it. We need to actually share more in terms of what we are doing, and we need to be able to see real people that are doing it, okay, and have a great team environment within the blockchain industry as well, because it's now becoming a community, and giving that to the community to have that ownership, to be able to, I guess, take ownership and learn and understand that will be a great step forward.
Definitely.
Yeah, for us also. In terms of Bitcoin, so I come across Bitcoin in 2009 when I was studying in banking and finance, and I remember it was at 10 cents. When did you come across Bitcoin, and how did you got into that the blockchain industry after that?
A few years ago, I'm originally from Perth, and I grew up around speculative investments. There are a lot of mining exploration companies there, and the market price of Bitcoin reminded me of a bit of the Wild West in WA. So I'd had my fingers burnt at an early age, so I wasn't that keen to jump in and speculate with the rest. But I really believed in the blockchain underpinning it, and I think Bitcoin is, I suppose it's been the pedagogical tool for all these other teams who've now come forward with new applications of blockchain technology. So it's obviously a really important part of the ecosystem.
Great. Look, SUPP, SUPP. How did you come about with the name? Did you work it out, or just suddenly click?
Hospitality is pretty casual, so it's there is the professional end, but it's there's a lot of colloquialism in hospitality. So it's a bit like "What's up?"
What's up?
When you arrive at a venue, "What's up?"
I like that.
But and then I suppose the other meaning is it's supplement to supplement your workforce. So yeah, it's got a couple of meanings, but hopefully it's easy to remember and everyone can say it.
Let's say it. 1, 2, 3. What's up? SUPP. Look, thanks so much for sharing your information about your organisation and the startup. I think it's going to be an amazing journey for you and your organisation, especially in that industry where there is a lot of I guess disruptive industry, and reviews are important as well to give that everyone the ability to review things, okay, and to give them the confirmation. I think it will help a lot, especially a lot of people out there, and even on social media, Facebook now coming up with recommendation and all that stuff. So that's going to help give that third party a confirmation in terms of giving that strong.
That's a really good point.
Thanks.
So when we went out to design the reputation system of SUPP, it was important for us that it wasn't just the workers who were being reviewed, but so the venues are also reviewed, and workers can leave a comment about them, and that's left behind so that the next worker who comes along can work out whether or not it's a good place to do a shift or two. And I think in hospitality we've still got one of the largest black markets for labour. Has cash economy. Most of the shifts, in fact, are done cash out of the till. The ombudsman from Fair Work, Natalie James, recently said that 75% of all venues in Australia are non-compliant, based on the studies that they've done. So part of our blockchain implementation is trying to bring some transparency to the hospitality industry, and we've started designing an arbitration system where arbiters will be crowdsourced from the community itself.
Yes.
As a first line of defence if workers feel like they've been wronged on a shift. And to roll off another stat, Fair Work receive over 40,000 allegations of underpayment every year. And they litigate under 100. So if the government is so under-resourced that they can't police hospitality effectively, I think we need to put it in the hands of the people. And we plan to do that through the arbitration system.
I think that it's going to be a great app, and it's going to be a great blockchain platform as well for the community to get involved. I can't wait to get into it. I think it's a great app. What if the viewers and the community that wants to get involved in your blockchain, how they get started?
If you want to check the project out, we're on Telegram. I think it might be
there's a link
to the
video. Description down here. Just click on that.
SUPPtoken.io has a bit more information about our blockchain roadmap.
Great.
And we've got suppapp.com, which is mainly used by the baristas, chefs, and venue managers out there. But yeah, check it all out. Get in touch with myself through Telegram is probably the easiest way. And I'm sure through all of that you'll be able to find my email too.
Great. And in terms of where we are now, the Blockchain Centre in Melbourne, it's great environment. Great to collaborate with everyone else, and I get excited every time I walk through this door at the Blockchain Centre. So in terms of local presence, how important is it? Is your organisation local?
They're very much so.
And how important is it to get together local, especially in the blockchain industry here?
I think it's the community aspect is super important. We at SUPP have sometimes been a bit too focused in the business. Sometimes it's good to stand on top and go out there and meet other people from the community and see what they're doing, particularly in a grassroots movement like what we're seeing with blockchain. So I would encourage other co-founders and anyone who's interested in the industry to get out and check it out.
Yeah, come to the blockchain and learn more about blockchain, and you might get to meet Jordan, right? You might be here when you turn up. Probably come up now. Yeah, lucky to have a chat. And look, before we go any further, I think right now the trend is into technology, and also social media is big. For me, in terms of social media platform, I use Facebook a lot. We use it to do a lot of live shows, a lot of interaction. There's so much opportunities there. I use Facebook. So what's social media platform you're most active on? I think you mentioned Telegram and so on, in terms of business or personal, and why?
So I think in hospitality, most venues are connecting with their customers through Instagram because it's more photo focused.
Photos.
And obviously delicious food is very Instagrammable.
Yeah.
So we have a Instagram handle. It's SUPP_co-op. Check it out, please.
Check it out.
And we're also on Telegram. I think we've got around 6,000 followers from around the world.
Oh, they're massive. Telegram's huge now.
Yeah, Telegram's huge.
Yep.
I would say that they're not all. You probably get more of an investment community through Telegram,
right,
for us, rather than baristas and chefs and potential users.
Mm-hmm.
But we're on Telegram, Facebook less so. We do have a presence there, but
yep.
And we've recently started a YouTube channel. So every Monday we're doing a live stream to update the existing community about project milestones. We'll have a weekly wrap of how the app has gone, and new users and revenue and key metrics like that. And it also provides an opportunity for live Q&A. I think video is really important, and particularly live. To open up that dialogue with the viewers. So even if you can't be in Melbourne in person, it's a great way to communicate.
Jordan, thanks so much for sharing those amazing tips and information in terms of the blockchain industry, and also sharing with our viewers, especially social media, which one is you're using, which one, and why it's better. And I think it's great. Those sort of information will be very useful for our viewers, and especially people that are wanting to get into certain areas that will fit into their environment. I understand. I spoke to a lot of people, especially startups. I think some of them are into LinkedIn and so on, and they have a reason why as well. So I think it's good to get into different multiple social media platforms to get the exposure out there, to get the message out there. And by going live now, we do that every time, is also a great interaction to get engaged with our viewers and also our audience. So at the moment, we're actually live from the Blockchain Center. We're using the blockchain page, and don't forget to check us out and like and share with us. And also, what's up? SUPP. There's a link here, and make sure you click on that and go through and have a look at the white paper and get involved. I think it's a great area. Thanks so much for being on the show again.
Thanks for having me.
No worries, and spending your precious time to come to the show. So we hope to catch up again in the near future, and I hope there's so many things that we can talk about right now, but I think we're running out of time. So hopefully we can catch up again and actually expand a bit more into what SUPPs can do for industry and with types of industry, and how investors can come in and take part in these your amazing blockchain business.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. All right, viewers, don't forget to come back and check us out. We're going to go back live in the next 5 minutes and speak to a few more blockchain startups, and I think it's a great journey right now at the Blockchain Center. We've got a lot of amazing people here, and I think we're going now. Bye.
See ya.
See ya. Hi guys, welcome to the program. We are live from Blockchain Center in Melbourne. It's such a great day today. Great privilege to speak to our summer special guest here. And today we've got a special guest with us. His name is Aaron from METEX. Now, such a great pleasure to have us on our show and spending your precious time to come to the show. How's your day going?
I've had a very good day. I spent a lot of time with lawyers today. So I've had an expensive day, but a good day.
Great. Now, before we go further into METEX, share with our viewers a bit about your background.
Okay, so I'm actually Melbourne born, raised in Brisbane. I lived overseas for about 20 years. So I've had the opportunity to work across most of Southeast Asia as a corporate consultant, commercialization
Yep.
for new businesses. So I've worked everywhere from Malaysia, Singapore, China, Thailand, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Cambodia, and then eventually I got sick of the corporate world, and what I was doing in those fields was actually working mostly in the health industry, and I went greenie. So I went and tried to save jungles around the world during the carbon boom and became a carbon trader.
Yep.
Set up a company building carbon trading platforms, made a lot of money doing that, had offices in 3 different countries, and then I pretty much ended up also doing financial markets, doing like for example a forex trading fund.
Yep.
Set up my own forex trading company, a hedge fund, and then that got all too stressful, and basically I ended up then going to the jungles in the South Pacific, Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands.
Wow.
And trying to do economic development there.
Yep.
And that's where then I got involved in mining and gold trading. And then, so it's been quite a bit of a journey, to say the least. So I've done lots of things. I've eaten a lot of things as well.
You still look great, mate.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you've been traveling for a bit. You learn a lot. I mean, you get it from what we can hear, that you've got a lot of experience, a lot of background in terms of business and areas in the metal industry. In terms of metal, where is it going right now? And it's still the biggest in terms of mining and a lot of demands.
So when we're looking at the metals industry, we're looking at an industry that's a very tight industry to get into, especially from the trading aspect. So you've got the London Metals Exchange, and to trade on the London Metals Exchange, you've got to have pretty high volume capacity. So a minimum contract several, as $100,000 plus, but you can't trade on the Metals Exchange. You've got to trade through their brokers or through their members. You've got Shanghai Metals Exchange, the Chicago Metals Exchange. So what we're doing is we're trying to make those exchanges and what they're trading accessible to the masses. And look, Australia is a great country, and it's built on the mining back, and we've got no metals exchange here. Doesn't make sense.
What's going on?
And we produce all the metals that they sell on the London Metals Exchange.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And
Why London? Why not Australia? Right.
That's right. We don't trade anything in Australia. Of course, the London Metals Exchange trades metals from all over the world.
Yep.
But Australia's 1/3 of our GDP is mining and metals, and we don't have a metals exchange.
Why not?
Well, that's where we've come in, and we own metals.exchange, and we're going to make sure Australia owns the metals exchange industry.
Wow.
Right? So that's our goal.
This is exciting because metal is the future, and it helps build the city. It helps build a lot of people, successful, become rich because of gold, diamond, and so on. So, these buildings here, it's all, come from metal. So going back to your organization, the business, you got a great team. I spoke to them when we met first time at the blockchain, Bitfair and Blockchain Fair in Melbourne recently. Great team. So how did you come about forming METEX? How did METEX come about?
Okay, so METEX was a journey that we started about late last year, and it actually came through a discussion I was having with the CEO, Andrew Gizemko, who's a good friend of mine for many, many years.
Hi, Andrew.
Yeah, hi, Andrew. He's on his way to Poland right now, back from Australia.
Lucky.
And a 16-hour stopover in Dubai.
Yeah.
But so Andrew and I were involved in funding a project in the Solomon Islands, which was involved with mining there. I was helping out on that, and I was also doing my other business in the South Pacific. And at that time, I was consulting for another cryptocurrency startup called Equitrade, which is launched, which is a bank on the blockchain. And we basically started talking about, maybe we can do a cryptocurrency for for helping get the mining operations going and helping out the local economy there, and to get that funded and to give a larger share to the community. And so that's where it started. And then basically what we decided was that look, it's very high risk to invest in mining directly. What about if we could set up a platform that allowed people to buy into the metals themselves and create a community that traded metals, that then had the opportunity to create such a demand that that community could then go into projects around the world and fund those projects or take a large share of those projects to minimize the risk for a lot of new startup operations. So, you know, I came up with the name for METEX, which Andrew and I then agreed on, which actually stands for Metals Token Exchange. And
I knew it. Got
so
that
we
right.
then we put together the initial white paper. We studied the London Metals Exchange and what they were doing as a membership-based organisation, how their brokerage worked and the sort of assets they sold, and how those assets could then be tokenized and made accessible to the masses. And then we basically started down that path. Another good friend of mine, Andrew Sarsi, who's our another co-founder director, came on board from Adelaide, where I was residing at the time, and starting another blockchain business. And so Andrew has a very strong background in stockbroking. He's sold a lot of mining projects, understands resources really well, been involved in exchange technology. And so he came on board, and he's the money man, we call him, because he helps raise all the money for what we've had to do so far. And so we've got two Andrews, Andrew Kazemka, Andrew Sarsi, and myself, Aaron. Troy Cassar. So we're AAA rated already.
Started. And then you got Cameron Saar here as well. That's similar, but we're getting there. So, in terms of METEX, and in terms of what is where are you at the moment in terms of METEX, the stage?
So basically, we've already done our seed A round fundraise. So we did about $700,000 fundraising already in Australia. And that's helped us to complete our exchange trading platform. So we've already got that in beta test mode. So our exchange technology is quite powerful. We can do 250,000 transactions per second on that already. It's built on the same exchange technology that was used in a former business I was involved with the partner, Rajiv Verma, who's our Chief Technology Officer, also a shareholder. And so we've got a full team in India working with us to build that platform. And the core technology behind it is what was used to build the Dalian Commodity Stock Exchange, the Shanghai Stock Exchange, and the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. And we've already had, with that technology, a cryptocurrency exchange has been launched using that platform already in Indonesia. So we can get the road testing on it. So the METEX takes it to a different level, because we've got a cryptocurrency exchange which will have the top 20 cryptocurrency assets on it from day one. We'll have the major cryptocurrency pairs, then paired against all the metal token assets we'll be bringing on board. So we'll have 10 metal token assets launched by the company. So people will be able to trade Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and other assets directly against gold, silver, copper, nickel, palladium, platinum, the top 10 there. So 10, I can go through all of them, but
Okay, so it's amazing to hear what our viewers are saying right now. They're saying it's a great initiative. They think it's good to hear that you have taken that beta testing and getting that process going. It's great milestones, and also the dollars, currency, forex currency right now is especially the US dollar, are also backed by gold and backed by oil and so on.
Well, the gold, the petro is built by oil in Venezuela, but the US dollar is not really backed by anything with quantitative easing and all that issue. So, and that's one of the main reasons why we're looking at building and launching a metals exchange. Look, a lot of people buy metals and they store it at home. But look, if there's a financial collapse around the world, what's going to happen is that people are going to have, their metals, their gold, their silver, bullion, maybe platinum and palladium. What are they going to do with it? They can't really go buy a loaf of bread with it. They might be able to try to sell it off to get some income back against it, because it will, rebalance and maybe go through the roof. We know that silver's at the lowest price it's ever been in the world right now. So a lot of my friends, including myself, buy silver. But the problem is this: what value is it if you can't sell it to anyone? If a law is passed and you can't sell it, Now, here's an interesting quote. Look at the Bible in Matthew, and you've got Jesus Christ saying that there will come a time one day when people will throw their gold and the silver in their streets because they can't do anything with it.
Yep.
And that could be because governments ban you from selling your silver bullion, your gold bullion, because they want to control it.
Yep.
Well, what if we tokenized it, put it on the blockchain, and gave it to you in a digital wallet that you could hold on your mobile phone? Now you could trade it really easily, and we store it for you, right? So you don't have to have the storage risk, right? And governments can't ban you from selling it because you won't be selling it. It's yours. We just tokenized it and put it into your wallets.
Wow.
So this is the whole process we're working with. Now, one of the key things, look, I've been in crypto now for nearly a year, and I was never a crypto supporter. I'll be honest. I had, coming from traditional markets, I was very anti-Bitcoin when I got involved. When I heard about cryptocurrency, I can still remember my CTO coming in from America. He was an American Yankee ex-Marine telling me how Bitcoin was going to change the world, and I told him, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Go away and come back, right? And then he said, Troy, it's $2. Buy now. You got so much money, right, in the bank. Buy. And I said, no, mate, I'm not going to jail buying Bitcoin. I'm not a drug dealer, and I'm not this, and I'm not that. And Christian conscience won't let me buy it. Came back months later and said, it's gone to 100, it's gone to 1,000.
Buy it now.
Now I should have bought, maybe. But anyway, I had at that time, I had a different mindset. But what I realized when I was in the South Pacific and doing a lot of the projects and after carbon trading and all that, was that blockchain brought about a whole new way to look at how we can manage financial products and services. Now we can create transparency about how they're used. So I fell in love not with Bitcoin, but with blockchain technology and what it can be used for. Now we can make things accessible, which are not accessible to the masses. And that's something that I've been very passionate about. The other thing that I was very passionate about was then the business model that we use to go to market with. So the business model we've used is a cooperative. Now Australia's built on the back of cooperatives, right? You've got the agricultural cooperatives, the dairy cooperatives, the meat cooperatives,
even
the mining
banks.
cooperatives, the
even
banks.
The banks.
Correct. Cooperatives is one of the biggest things that helped build this nation. So we've looked at the distributed autonomous organization business models that are being used by like Ethereum and other organizations out there in the digital currency world. And we've looked at the cooperative legislations in different countries around the world. US, where I've got a number of friends who are top cooperative specialists, and here in Australia. And we chose this business model to go with. So we've spent a lot of time perfecting a business model that will be run under a cooperative. And basically, any members who join METEX, right? Any person who joins METEX will join as a member, right? We have several levels of membership. To trade on our exchange will be $100 Australian. And for that, they'll get utility tokens on the METEX platform, and they'll be able to trade by any of the metals and sell those metals. And they'll get education and access to other training services. So METEX actually stands for the Metals Education Trading and Trading Exchange, right? So as a cooperative name. So we're now registered in Australia as METEX, as a trading cooperative. We're just waiting for ASIC now to send us our final paperwork, and then we can actually start promoting. Till then, we haven't done any promotion. The reason why was we had to go through all these processes, and it's been quite a lengthy process, a lot of legal input, because most people will go and get an AFSL. We haven't done that first, but we've spent more money going down this process than getting an AFSL. And an AFSL is an Australian Financial Services License, because we wanted to structure this so that every member who joins METEX and is a club member or a pioneer member, which actually invests in buying a basket of metals and has a vote that counts. And if they buy a basket of metals for $1,000, like where we've tokenized 10 different types of metals, including gold, silver, bullion, platinum, palladium, then your base metals, and they get some METEX utility tokens with that as well. They also get a dividend through the cooperative. So we have a distributing cooperative that pays dividends to its voting shareholders that own capital units in the cooperative. So we can build the asset base. So as more members join, and trade, more profits are created. As those members buy more metals or buy our capital contribution units, if they want a basket of metals, then we build our inventory. And the inventory is owned by the members.
Yep.
All right? So then we put in place our storage, managed on behalf of the members at all times. So, and this has been a real heavy business model that we've had to create with a number of different structured companies underneath it that are managed for the sole purpose of creating that wealth generation opportunity for our members,
Yep.
right? And allow them to trade something that can't go to zero. Now, the other thing, being in the crypto market,
Yes.
how have you gone? Did you hodl,
I
or did you
hodl.
sell out?
I sell out.
You sold out?
I'm more into selling out than than holding on,
Okay.
hodl, because I do forex as well. So
Right.
I like to get out.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky. I did sell out, and I lived on crypto for quite a long time,
Yep.
for 6 months, during up till January.
All right, yep.
Right. So I was living off crypto, traveling the world in the
Wow.
Caribbean and other places. But I was one of those poor suckers who hodled. Right. I didn't sell everything out.
Yeah.
So the last few months I think have been worse than January, because after January you got used to the drop.
Yep.
Then to see it drop so much even further. But here's the key thing: in metals, it can never go to zero. I've had tokens that I bought that went from 10 cents to below 1 cent. Right.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of my friends are also very much into the cryptocurrency world of trading, and they've, a good friend of mine who we're partnering with built a borrowing platform now for cryptocurrency,
Yep.
where they lend money against Bitcoin. Now, if you go and borrow against Bitcoin, you're open to very high repayment,
Yes.
interest, and your risk is really high because they can sell out that Bitcoin assets that you've got if there's a real massive drop in the market too quick that falls outside of their normal algorithms, right? They'll sell you out. So you've got a high volatility risk there as well. Well, if I had put $100,000 this time, if I put $100,000 into gold and silver right now, my $100,000 would have appreciated in value instead of gone down in crypto.
Wow.
Right? Now, but if I put $100,000 in gold and silver, and then I borrowed against that
Yeah.
and bought crypto, even though crypto's dropped,
Yeah.
if I didn't fully borrow, up to 100%, but say up to 70% of my gold and silver, I'd still have my a good size asset
size
there,
asset, yep.
and I could potentially still meet the interest on that.
Yes.
Right, with any trading activity. So one of the things we're going to be doing is providing an opportunity for lending against metal assets to members, in our second quarter of next year,
Yep.
to buy crypto assets and to do other investments with, and it's more liquid. And because there isn't the volatility, the interest is lower, will be lower, and you won't have the risk of being sold out if there's a massive drop.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it's going to be an amazing journey in terms of where METEX is going and how safe it is. Because you got the security backing. Now we've got a few questions from our viewers. We've got one from Nicole. Have you had a lot of cooperation supporting with you in terms of your METEX? I think had you had a lot of cooperation supporting you, Aaron?
Yeah, we've had a look. We've been working with a number of specific organisations out there
Yep.
for advisory work to get feedback on how we're building the platform, and also input from the actual mining industry. And we've had some of the biggest companies who've invested in some storage-based setups
Mining
for the
setups.
LME,
Yep.
say that they just love what we're doing and that they're interested in getting involved in as an institutional investor when we're ready to start our next round of seed funding, which will be in the month of September.
Shortly. Okay, we've got another question from Amy Rose. Can we become a member now? You mentioned member, different type of membership.
Right, so our membership will not open till October.
Yep.
Officially, we will start some soft launch membership registrations in September,
Yep.
mid-September. All right, so we're just waiting for the final documentation to come through ASIC. Once we have that documentation, and we'll be launching our cooperative website on metex.io, then we'll have a full onboarding process for anyone who wants to become a club member or a pioneer member of the cooperative.
Great. We've got some more question here. Just probably take one more question now from one of our viewers from Milan. Do you think physical money will be out of the picture in our time?
No, I think basically physical money will be something that will always be in circulation.
Yep.
It's just that how we view money and how we view currency is going to be changing, and basically how you grow wealth is going to be really important. What sort of assets you hold, and so I believe that basically that's where METEX is going to come into it, because people, especially younger people now, where getting into property market is very difficult, need opportunities to build wealth and have a wealth creation system that can go from liquid assets to physical assets. And the METEX platform, and what we're going to be doing, is to teach people how to use metals as a basis to create wealth and to move, in and out of different asset classes.
I agree. I think the key word is teach. I think education is the key in terms of getting the message out there,
Correct.
getting the community to understand what METEX does, and also
that's why we're the metals education, trading and trading exchange.
Yeah. So look, I think we're running out of time now. We've got a few more guests coming through, but look, just to share with our viewers quickly, going to social media, right? Yes. We know that social media is big also in terms of getting instant access and interaction with our viewers. Right now we've got interaction already, and engagement is coming in. We can even offer something to them right now. And we've got one question from Amy saying, can we become a member now? So that's already one lead.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've used CBN Live and Blockchain Live and Business Live, and a lot of our organisation now using, I use Facebook a lot to do a lot of our show here. Which platform are you using, and why is it important for your business? And that would be a good education too.
No, I think it's good. Look, we haven't launched on any platform yet, and because we're waiting for our lawyers to say, yes, you can launch now. So we're waiting that to happen in the next couple of weeks, when they'll officially state that we can go out there and start promoting. So we've been very quiet not to do anything. We're not like an ICO that you've seen out there.
Special.
Right?
Special.
Yes. We're actually launching with a minimum viable product on day one, with all our structures in place, and basically, when we go out to market, we've got something that people can get involved in with confidence. So we will be using Facebook, definitely, and we'll be looking for the opportunity to work with CBN on that. We'll be also looking at Telegram as a very big medium.
Yes.
We've also looked at how to post to YouTube, and we're going to be using YouTube for that.
Yes.
But so definitely there's a number of different social media avenues to look at. And also to LinkedIn, of course, for the more professional community that we want to tap into. Yeah,
one of my friends is a top social marketer, social media education. His name is Kevin, and we're friends. And I think we mentioned that you got to go across at least 7 social media platforms to get that credibility, to get that interaction, to get that education across. So, and it's going to start happening. I think you're on the right track here. And by partnering up with a media partner that can do all that for you and let you run your business successfully would be a great idea. Okay, so they all agree. I think one of the viewers say yes, education is the key. So that's something that you can take on board and share that, because I think it's the way to go. All right. So before we go, thanks so much for coming on the show today, Aaron, and spending your precious time to come on. Any last thing you want to share with our viewers? How do they get connected now, and when is the compliant and the finance license? Getting approved? We're getting close there, or are we? I know you want everything to be fully compliant before getting this, because a lot of viewers are excited about this now and they want to get.
So we're going to have a soft launch on October the 3rd at the Blockchain Centre's new premises in 710 Collins Street.
Yeah, I've been there.
So we're signing a partnership agreement to sponsor and support the Blockchain Centre there as well. The Blockchain Centre will also be a partner listed on our METEX cooperative website. So you'll be able to also come through and join through the Blockchain Centre and also through CBN. And any activity that creates will create an income to help support the Blockchain Centre as well.
Yes.
Because as having come from a Forex background, we have a brokerage business model where anyone who will be trading on the METEX will be creating an income sharing opportunity that will be shared with the community and those who bring and help build that network. So in a way, when we're ready to launch, support those people who you're support
Support each
CBN,
other, yep.
support the blockchain center, and they get a slice of that. Come back to help them keep doing a great job.
Yeah, this is amazing idea. It's amazing program. I think we're definitely supporting your idea. It's going to be a win for everyone, and also giving back to the community. To take that opportunity to come on board is great.
Yeah, and look, probably in September, mid-September to October, we're going to be running some, focus groups, and we'll be having some tokens available to give out to people, and some bounty programs and all of that to help us get us across those, 7 different media channels, including, the crypto channels as well. And so we'll be more than happy to have people, register their interest. So definitely, we look forward to, engaging with the CBN community more.
Thanks so much, Andrew, for sharing that view with us and our viewers and our community. And we hope that you definitely work together, and look forward to sharing some more amazing journey with METEX with you. You're full of education today.
Yeah. It's been a good journey so far.
And
excellent journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget our viewers to come back and click on the link on the description below if you want to learn a bit more about what METEX can do for you, and actually understand more what the mental change that they are planning to do can help you as well, and share it across to your friends and family as well, so they can actually educate and understand a bit more and so on, and then you can become involved. So don't forget, we'll come back live in the next 5 minutes and speak to some more amazing leaders in the blockchain industry. Thanks, Andrew.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.